You better start today. Hoda and Jenna. Hoda and Jenna. It's the only way. Hoda and Jenna. Hoda and Jenna. They make you feel like everything's okay and put a smile up on your face. Let's celebrate. Hoda and Jenna.
Hey everybody, welcome in. It is Tuesday. It is the 17th day of September. Happy to see you.
Here we are in the middle of September.
Is it still summer? Can someone Google it? I think it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's still summer.
It feels like it, but remember, you don't want it to be summer.
I know. I've already turned the page. I've turned the page.
And so have you decorated with like some pumpkins? I got pumpkins actually.
Already?
I got some pumpkins for my doorstep.
Do you know that there was an ad or someone's doing a whole thing on Amazon doing their holiday stuff now? There's stuff coming out right now. It's time for holiday shopping.
Well, no, it says who?
I don't know, but we did a story
It's
on...
not time for you to holiday
No, it's not
shop.
time. I just feel like everything is rushed.
Yeah.
Everything is rushed.
Yes.
Middle school in some places starts in 5th grade. That's rushing it. Everything's being rushed. Everyone slow down and let's all live where we are.
That's rushing it.
It's rushing it. It's too much.
I know. Okay.
Live where you are.
Yeah, we're in fall. But by the way, it's September 17th. You think that's too early for pumpkins?
No, I don't. I think it feels like it already, doesn't it?
I wanted some pumpkins.
Can we talk about Kourtney Kardashian?
Sure.
Because apparently something she did made a lot of social media news.
Okay. Well, she revealed that her son Mason co-slept with her until he was 7, while her daughter Penelope co-slept with her until she was 11.
Yeah. So people are weighing in on that to see, like, I don't know, everyone's judging everyone.
Yeah, why? Especially, I feel like moms get judged the most.
I know. I mean, I just think do your thing.
Do your thing.
Some kids need more, like, nurturing,
thing.
and they just need more protection. They're scared at night. I mean, I don't want my kid falling asleep terrified at night. I mean, but you don't want to, you know, like, you want them to develop skills so they can fall asleep on their own.
Well, I mean, now Mason and Penelope don't sleep with her.
Right, that's over.
Eventually they'll move on.
Yeah.
And I will say, I like sleep so much.
You love it. Me
God,
too.
I love sleeping so much
too.
that there's a certain type of sleep you can only get
alone
without a child.
Yeah.
Because my husband has been trained after many years to stay on his side.
Yeah.
And unless I invite him over.
Formal invitation.
Formal, usually in
Evite.
a letter form that he receives with a courier. He stays nice.
Yeah, he's got his side.
And if he doesn't, in the middle of the night, I give him the old shove. You don't shove your children.
No, you don't.
And
I do think there is nothing better than getting into a cold. I don't like cold weather except for in my bedroom when you're under those crisp sheets and you just put your head down in the pillow. And you can feel your whole body relaxing for the first time all day long. All your bones are like, you're like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to be off my feet.
You know, I sometimes get in my pajamas before the sun goes down.
I love that feeling.
Like 7 p.m.
Don't you love that? Do you take a shower first or you just get it right in the PJs?
No, well, I take a bath sometimes. Remember, we differed on this. But I put on my pajamas and then people will sometimes come around and I'm like, hey, I know it's weird.
but I'm in my PJs. I love that feeling. And there's nothing better than going to bed early and having to have the blackout shades. And you just close your eyes.
And you know you're getting a good 10 hours. Mila sometimes will ask if she can sleep over if Henry's traveling for work. And she did on Saturday night. We went to dinner. And she slept over. We watched.
What about Mila and...
Poppy had a slumber party.
Oh, so she was out. Okay.
So she was out and Hal was asleep.
Because often if one comes...
What do you do?
You can't.
You have to have both. You're going to make one feel sad?
Yeah, that happens to me on the weekends sometimes.
They both are there.
Haley will say, I heard something scary, you know, because it's all, and then she comes, and then I hear little feet coming, and I hear, Mama, and I open my eyes and upstairs, and she goes, can I? I just go, yes.
You can't say no.
And I scooch over, and she's like, oh, you could just, oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, Mila said, I said, Mila, I love you. She's 11, so I can be more honest in this time. I said, but I'm going to give you the same rules that I give Dad. And I want you to just give me a little space. And then in the middle, and then the next morning, she said, I think I have something with you where my body just wants to come close to you. I couldn't help it because I woke up and it was like, you know. Anyway,
it's so sweet.
What are we talking about?
I love your headband. Is that a headband or is that, did someone really braid your hair? They braided your hair that way?
It could be faux. I don't know.
It's kind of cool.
It could be faux or it could be real. Get in there and see if you can tell.
Is it real?
I don't know.
Oh, I see. I like it.
That felt like an ounce of judgment. I know. Listen, I'm trying to do
I like it.
new
You
things.
do new things. I know. I hand it to you. I
didn't do this. Kelly did, but I'm trying to just experiment.
It's cool.
All right, you guys, Bowen Yang. He's the funniest, but he's also just been featured. I saw this on the New Yorker app in this new New Yorker. Look at those shoes, Hoda.
Look at these shots of him. By the way, this is so him right now. In the interview, he's talking about mental health, a breakdown he had while he was shooting Wicked in England last year.
Are you not dying
You don't imagine that looking at these pictures. He's so himself, by the way.
We love him so much.
Yeah.
And not just because he gave us that one award.
Yeah, he did, even though we didn't go, remember?
Yeah, but we still won it.
We
love him no matter what, but I love those pictures. But he said that, he was shooting Wicked. He was also doing Saturday Night Live. Wicked shot in London. So he was traveling back and forth and back and forth. And the schedule got to him.
Yeah, it's, when you're on the verge, like you feel like you're on the verge of some kind of a breakdown because you're so exhausted, no matter what you're doing, whether you're flying back and forth to London or with a baby that won't sleep, it's like you're delirious. But Bowen recalled Ariana noticed it, and she kept checking on him, and he says that she was there for him in a real way, and she invited him over and have a sleepover and relax.
And she even said to him, like, you seem tired. You're overwhelmed.
I think it's hard to know when you are totally fatigued and on your last breath. Like you can feel it sometimes. Your body you're exhausted. And for me, I either get sick, like I'll get a cold and I physically will have to go to bed.
Yeah.
Or I get super duper cranky. Like everything bugs me. Like why didn't anyone think to put that away? I mean, I'll do it and then I'm all, totally. Like that. What about you?
Me too. Irritable.
Yeah, irritable.
A little bit irritable. And the thing is, what I've realized is sometimes I'm so overwhelmed and so exhausted that I don't even know.
You just keep pushing.
I just keep pushing and a friend, somebody will be like, you sound like you're actually just
irritated.
Wildly overwhelmed. Are you? And I'm like, oh. That's it.
I feel better. What is that?
It's a hiss.
That's so weird. That did not feel relaxing.
That's a hiss.
At all. That's scary. Stop.
It's a hiss.
Stop.
And it's what cats do when they need a little space.
Is that what you're saying right now?
Well, not from you.
Okay.
Just in life. Don't we all need a little space?
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to say because everyone's all over you, but it's like, I need a minute.
I know. That's why sometimes when my kids want to sleep with me, I say no.
Yeah, you're like, you can't. Go in your bed.
I just need one moment alone.
Yes. All right, so, by the way, NBC has this, you guys have seen the campaign. It's called The More You Know. And this year, The More You Know is celebrating its 35th anniversary. And this year's campaign happens to focus on the importance of mentors. And it features our very own Jenna Bush. Hey, guys, let's take a look.
I have one.
I'd be so lost without mine.
We are talking about mentors, right?
Yes, a mentor can guide you,
support you, and unlock your potential.
Being a mentor can be just as life-changing.
You can create opportunities
and inspire the next generation.
Helping someone find their path can transform your own.
So find a mentor or become one.
Can I do both?
Let me ask my mentors.
Of course you can.
Bring someone along on your journey and see where it takes you.
The more you know.
On your journey.
You know what? You killed that.
Bring someone along on your journey.
The more you know, girl.
Come on, bring someone along on your journey.
Do you remember the Bowen Yang song? Jenna Bush.
No, that's Matt
I know,
Rogers.
but he was on it. Remember, Bowen was on it.
Oh, he performed it on our show.
Remember?
Maybe we should. Oh.
Okay. Continue.
Oh, wait, by the way, you dropped something. You dropped a secret of ours in the earlier hours. And I feel deceived.
Well, you know why I did that? First of all, Jimmy Fallon and Justin Timberlake were coming out with a Christmas song.
Right.
And I thought...
You and I have been developing something...
We had our Christmas song, Carefree Christmas, and we're about to have another one. And
we don't know. We don't know that we're going to have one. We've been working on it in the studio and trying to formulate, do we have something, do we not?
I know, but I did not like to hear about other people having a Christmas song. And I wanted them to know that we, too, are working on one. So I said we were. I couldn't help it.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. We've got a great show for y'all today. Actor and singer Josh Gad is here with his debut children's book. Your kids are going to love it.
Plus, actor and producer Wilmer opens up about his family, his fatherhood, in his new memoir.
But first, y'all, our girl comedian Michelle Collins, she's going to bring us some hilarious headlines. We love her so much. Right after this. I have to bring it up for number 2. Y'all, there is so much news these days, it can feel hard to keep up with it. So we wanted to lighten things up.
All right, so we're going to share some headlines that you do not need to know about. It's a new series we're calling
News You Can Lose.
And here with the scoop is our girl, comedian and podcast host, just a funny all-around person, Michelle Collins.
Ladies,
Hi, Michelle.
what a pleasure.
Welcome
Hi.
back to this side of the pond.
Finally, thank you so much. And also this side of the studio. I feel
You ever sat here before?
Never.
At this table?
I feel different.
Well, we're doing something really important, which is basically you're going to tell us some headlines that we can forget about.
Yeah, these are things you don't need to know about. And starting with this story out of Spain, wedding destroyer, guys. This is brides with cold feet are hiring wedding destroyers to crash their nuptials. Can you imagine?
Wait, what happened?
So listen to this. There's this guy. His name is Ernesto, of course. He, this gorgeous guy said, if you want me to come to your wedding for 500 euros, you can run out of the chapel with me and leave your groom hanging. And who wouldn't want to run out with him? Am I right, girls?
Wait,
I mean,
is this for real?
Listen, he's an online prankster.
Yeah.
He posted it. He says he's booked through December.
What?
To break up weddings.
Okay, so how does it cost? What's the deal?
So it's 500 euros, let's say like 600 bucks roughly.
Okay.
And for 50 euros, if there's a fight, like if someone slaps him like in a telenovela, then it's over, that's another 50. So we're getting into some high costs here. Would you?
Okay,
no, because for free you can just say,
Bye.
I want to break up.
Yeah.
No, and also
having the weird guy come in.
he is so weird. I'd want to cast him like in my Super Sweet 16, abs, hot. Like that guy coming in, I'm like, get out of here.
All right, what's next? What's next?
Next, we have emotional support parrots. This is a woman winning her case. She was evicted over having 3 emotional support parrots in New York City at a co-op. She got $165,000 from the building for illegal eviction.
Wait,
why'd they evict her? Because it was too loud and such?
You're not allowed to have pets, but you can have emotional support pets, right?
Yes, but she had those parrots in 1999, and here's what I don't get, that they didn't evict her until 2015. So what I think happened is election mania. Has to be like, why did that parrot, why 2015? What was going on then that the parrots all of a sudden riled the neighbors up, is the question. Do you like parrots?
No, I prefer no.
I think they're fine. I
they're
don't have much of a...
They're loud. They're very loud.
They are.
Okay.
They're very loud.
But I think for emotional support, they can talk back to you, which I kind of like, versus another
I think
thing.
they're, in the theory, they're great, but if you want a calm home, which
we want.
You do.
Yeah. We want candles and zen.
And
I understand.
You know,
we don't want a
Can I
parrot.
suggest another emotional support animal, the one I would want? How about Mudang, the baby pygmy hippo in Thailand? Do you know about Mudang?
No, but he's so cute.
Mudang is an internet star. She weighs a little less than me, and she's stunning. And I love her. Look at the jawline. I'm obsessed. Anyway. The jawline. No, Mudang is like a big internet celebrity.
You don't want to use that. You don't want to lose Mudang. We want to keep Mudang.
I want Mudang in my home.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
As a pet.
I want to hose Mudang down in a contest. Okay, I'm obsessed.
All right, what's next? What's next?
Okay, finally, this is a dumb one, so you're going to hate it. This is out of France. There's a museum opening up a nudist exhibit, and it's in Marseille, of course, in France. Where else? The Museum of European and Mediterranean Civilizations, ladies, a real place. Here's the twist. You can go look at the exhibit. You can get naked yourself. They are allowing nudity.
People are walking around naked at the art exhibit?
They are walking around, schlongs are hanging. Can I say that? Please don't get me in trouble.
You just said that because Josh Gad's here and you're showing off.
I know, my boy Josh. No, but listen. He's like, huh? Why am I saying this? No, but look, the one rule is that you have to keep your shoes on in the exhibit because they're afraid you're going to get splinters.
Or athlete's foot.
God forbid. Some sort of
There's
fungus.
other things you can get to, though.
Yeah, there are other things.
Would you strip down or no?
To walk around
in Marseille?
No.
Come on, you're feeling
Did y'all
breeze.
ever have nude parties in college?
What?
I didn't, but
Yes, you must
I did
have.
not. But there was a school that my sister went to that did.
What school
They
is
had
this?
nude parties?
You can Google it.
Is this part of the Skull and Bones initiation?
No, she wasn't a member that I know of.
Okay.
But
wait, really?
Yeah.
Nude parties?
No, I went to a
did anybody here have that?
Nobody even knows what you're talking about.
I'm telling you, it exists. I
You're
just
like,
have never
you're like
gone to one.
revealing a crime that happened, and you're just like, no one else had this happen. That's shocking to me.
Michelle,
Anyway.
we love you so
We
much.
love you.
Being here. Thank you.
Are you living here now?
Give it 4 months or 5 months. The government's kicking me out, and,
Okay.
get
And you'll be
excited.
back?
I'll be
Okay,
back.
we hope so.
All right.
And y'all, check out the Michelle Collins Show. It's the podcast with new episodes daily on her
Patreon. You can do it. too.
Patreon channel.
Patreon channel. I love Patreon. Okay, and you can check out.
No, everybody's watching Patreon.
Patreon is where you listen, but it's so good.
It's it's the more you know. Patreon. I tell people that.
But y'all, check it out.
Yeah.
And she's also on her tour. How's it going?
The tour's going great. I have 5 stops left: St. Louis, Cincinnati, D.C., Boston, and oh my God, Nashville.
Oh my gosh, so much.
Nashville.
Get tickets. Y'all go to MichelleCollins.com, right?
Yes,
All right.
MichelleCollinsLive.com. I'm done.
Thank you.
All right, Michelle, you were awesome. Coming up next, he warmed our kids' hearts as Olaf in Frozen, and now Josh Gad. He's got a new children's book. He'll tell us all about it after this. What is
What
that?
is he texting? What does it say? We can't read it. Can anybody?
There
What
it
did
is.
it say? Josh Gad has made a name for himself playing beloved characters, including, of course, Olaf in the Frozen movies and Elder Cunningham in the Book of Mormon on Broadway.
All right, now he's entertaining us with his debut children's book. It's called Picture Face Lizzie. Oh, we want to talk about this. We want to talk about your book.
I want to talk about it. That's why I'm here.
But can we also, before we get to all that, can we talk about your music?
Yes.
Por favor.
Yes.
You, John Stamos.
The Beach Boys.
It's not my music. It's the Beach Boys' music.
but
I was invited to partake. Oh, there I am.
Come
I'm such an
on.
idiot.
Now, did you think it was just going to be the
No,
three of
so
y'all like that?
Stamos, that's John Stamos to all of you at home. Stamos called me up and he said, I'm performing with the Beach Boys, something that I do. I'm like, that's a cool gig. And I want you to come, bring your girls, and at the end, I'm going to have all these celebrities come on stage, and I want you and the girls to come. So I'm like, great.
Awesome.
He's like, Sia's going to do it, Nia Vardalos, all these names.
Yeah.
A handler comes and brings me and my girls up, and it's just literally Jeff Ross standing backstage. And my girls are like, that's not Sia. That is a grown, bald man, roast master. Why are we here? And then the 4 of us came on stage, and just my girls were in the front being like, ba, 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 looking like hostages. It was poor girls. Yeah, it was terrifying for them.
Gosh, it's so hilarious.
But your girls do love Chapel Roan. Which
Who doesn't love
we
Chapel?
love her.
my
We
kids
love her.
play it nonstop.
It's-
literally nonstop. Talk to us about her.
What do you want me to say that hasn't been said?
Well, you
She's
made a TikTok,
incredible.
for
I did
example.
make a TikTok.
A tribute TikTok.
So my girls introduced me to Chapel
my God,
Roan.
what are you
And
doing?
oh God, it's
Wait,
gone
are you
public.
wearing a shirt?
That's my skin. So that there, the bottom half of that is my belly. So yeah, my girls introduced me to her music and told me to do a TikTok. So I took all of their toys, including their wine, and I made this TikTok to Pink Pony Club.
Oh my God.
That went viral for some reason.
Of course it did.
Well, don't you feel like we're a little late to the party, the three of us? 'Cause
So
we
I'm
talked
always
about-
late.
Yeah.
Can I tell you the funniest story? Well, I was doing Book of Mormon. We were watching the Grammys. This was 2011. And I see this incredible artist come on stage and start singing. And I look at my friend Rory O'Malley and I go, my God, this girl is great. And he goes, Adele? Yeah. I was like, oh, is that her name? What's her last name?
What is Adele's last name?
Probably Franklin? I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, Spaceballs 2.
Oh my gosh, what's happening?
Spaceballs 2.
Very early days.
Okay.
We've been working hand in hand with Mr. Mel Brooks,
What?
the greatest.
Great.
Guy's 98, and he's still the
Holy
funniest
moly.
man alive. And so one day, I'm pitching him through the whole movie as we're working on the script. And, you know, I had realized that he hadn't seen, like, the latest Star Wars movie, so I'm like, I hope he understands, like, what we're doing. And at the end of it, he goes, Josh, it really sounds like you've got your finger on the pulse. I was like, that's the greatest compliment of all time. Thank you, Mr. Brooks. I hope I do. But it's going to be great.
Let's talk about the book.
Yes.
Yes.
So your daughters inspired this, right?
My daughters inspired it by asking me incessantly to give them TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and every other app. And they came to me and they're like, all my friends have it, right?
Yes.
And it really is difficult. It's a very difficult choice because my girls have the most incredible imaginations.
Yeah.
And their power of imaginative play is something I don't want them to leave behind for the purposes of staring down at technology.
Sure.
So I decided to put it in a book, put it from their perspective, and have this conversation about what does it mean to have a healthy balance between imaginative play and technology.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out the first time I sat down and read it to them. And they looked at me and they go, "Can you read that again?"
Oh.
Playing it very coy. And then we were on vacation with their friends and they had me read it to their friends.
Are you kidding?
And I was like, I think I hit the jackpot. So suffice it to say, I just gave my girl all of those things that I wrote the book about not doing, because she did a PowerPoint presentation like this.
Just like this in the book.
Yes, but we've only done Snapchat so far because all of her friends have it.
And only the older
Only
one.
the 13-year-old, and we've put parental controls, which you can do. There's like a family version that you can do, and it's on my wife's phone, so we monitor it all. So
now,
again,
but have you seen the imaginative play go to the wayside?
No,
That's important.
No, in fact.
And if you do, maybe then
we got to pull back. She and her sister we're so blessed. The two of them are constantly playing with each other. They have all of these toys, these like minis that they play with, and it's incredible. And I know that we're going to lose it soon. At a certain point, it's weird if you're 20 and playing with mini things, but for now, we're celebrating it. Yeah.
And, I mean, you've got a memoir coming out. You've got a lot going on.
What do you reveal in this memoir?
Well, I talk a lot about this interview.
Are you talking about what Hoda did?
Well, I'm talking about the fact that I've never sweat so much on a morning show because I'm with the only two anchors who are like, let's make it 92 degrees in the studio today. We want our guests to fall asleep while they're interviewing.
I mean, the truth is, somebody said, should we turn it down? And did you hear what Hoda said?
Yeah, she said no. It was a very quick response. It was clear. She didn't say maybe. She said, no, we won't be doing that. It's great to have someone who plays a snowman in your studio and just keep it like, let's like get a Florida vibe in here.
You know what? Your skin looks amazing.
Glowy.
Thanks,
Glowy.
Yes, you too can do this if you go to a local sauna.
Hey, Josh, we love you.
I love you.
Josh is going to stick around. We got a game to play. Can you handle it?
Buy my book. And yes, let's play.
All right, let's go to categories after this. What's Josh? We're back.
We're back with author, singer, Josh Gad. Oh, sorry, that's
you,
yours.
baby.
Okay, go on.
He's going to help us send one of our Plaza fans home with some great gifts. It's a game we call Categories.
And here to host is our associate producer, Ben Bass.
Hey, welcome to Categories, Josh.
Thank you very much for having me.
Of course. So
Are
today,
you as hot as I am?
by the looks of it. Today, you're playing categories for Charlotte. She's from Chicago. She's celebrating her 12th birthday today.
Happy birthday.
So cute.
So here's how it works, Josh. We here at Hoda and Jenna Game Headquarters have come up with a list of names along with a category. So for each round, you'll just have to figure out which 5 names correctly fit into that category before getting 3 incorrect answers.
We're doing it together.
You'll all work together, and every round, if you win, Charlotte's going home with a prize.
Come on, let's go. We've got this. Come on, Charlotte.
All right, so this first round, you are playing to see if Charlotte is going to get a Hoda and Jenna mug. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's get our names on the board. Your category as a Broadway star is movies made into Broadway musicals.
I got this one. I got this one. Josh,
Go ahead.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Correct.
Legally Blonde.
Obviously.
Shrek.
Yep.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep. One more.
One more. I believe it's American Psycho.
You swept the category.
You don't need us. You don't need us.
I do need you.
American Psycho.
Wait, when was American Psycho on Broadway?
I don't know, but I knew the other two weren't.
not.
Charlotte, that's called process of elimination.
Ran for a couple minutes in 2016.
Okay, what are they winning in the next?
So in the next round, we're going to see if Charlotte goes home with a Hoda and Jenna swag bag.
He's sweeping this.
So
Should we just let Josh?
I think so.
No.
I think Josh is going to get this one.
If you need us.
Let's get our names on the board. Your category, Josh, is Madonna albums.
This is you guys.
Didn't you just go to a Madonna concert?
I did, but I didn't study her album titles.
Well, that was a mistake, maybe.
All right.
Did she come on early?
No. but I'm not suing her.
Okay, like,
All right.
wasn't like
Yeah, Like a Prayer.
Like a Prayer is correct. Yep.
Okay, Celebration.
Yep, that's correct.
True Blue.
Yep, absolutely. Just need two more.
Okay, She's So Unusual.
Makes the
music.
Yep, that's correct. Just
Okay.
one more.
And then Madam X.
Am I making that up?
Say it.
Madam X.
Correct. You got it.
Yes!
Yes! Oh, yes!
We have not.
All right.
We have not gotten.
There's
one.
more?
There's
One more round.
Oh God!
Charlotte, this better be a great prize.
This is a great prize. Let's get the brooms ready for a sweep.
Okay.
You're playing for a signed copy of Josh's new book.
That is a great prize.
They should sell that on eBay for a lot of money.
Yeah. All right, done.
Okay.
Here are the names. Josh, your category is celebrity children's books.
Okay.
5 of these are real, 3 are Of course, Campoyo is correct.
Sparkella.
Yep, absolutely, that's correct. Campoyo and the one and only Sparkella.
Great.
Elbow grease, John Cena.
Yep, that's about a truck. You got it.
Miss Princess, Mariah Carey.
Yep, just need one more.
One more.
Is it Lady Monsters? The Little Monsters by Lady Gaga?
I don't remember that.
Talked about that, right?
Grand Dudes, Green Submarine.
I want to see Grand Dudes.
Gotta go.
No, got it.
No, the Chapel Road.
No, not a chance.
No, she doesn't.
So she's out.
So, and do you think
It's either Baby Batman or
he
Little
doesn't have
Monsters.
one? I think it's Paul McCartney. What do you
Paul McCartney.
You got it. That's a sweep.
Now we're feeling bad that we made it so hot in here for
I know.
him.
That's why he succeeded.
Yeah.
Can we do like triple Jeopardy?
Yeah, triple or nothing, no prizes or 9 of them.
Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Great job.
Well, thank you,
Never-
Josh.
we've
We
never
love you.
swept every
Come
category.
back when Frozen 3, Frozen 4, Spaceballs, all your projects.
I'll come back when the studio is frozen, and then
We'll make
all
it.
do
We'll
this
make
again.
it.
Yes.
We promise.
Great.
If you come back, you guys can check out Josh's book. It's really great. It's called Picture Face Lizzie. You can get it at today.com/books or wherever you buy your books.
Coming up next, Wilmer Valderrama shares his American story. Coming up right after this.
That was so fun. We love
Wilmer Valderrama is an actor and producer, and he starred for 8 seasons on that 70s show, and he is currently, by the way, on the hit series NCIS.
Yeah, now he's taking us on a personal journey through his life and his new memoir, An American Story, Everyone's Invited, which is out today. Wilmer, we're so happy you're here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for catching your breath, too.
This is such a beautiful memoir, and we know it didn't really start that way.
No, it didn't. It started out, and by the way, it's so happy to be with you guys.
Yeah, we're happy you're
Thank you
here.
for having me here. Yeah, it started out as a book of service. I've been traveling with the USO for almost 20 years, and I've been to almost every base around the world, and almost 60 USO, engagements and tours, and I just kind of realized that there was this beautiful institution of, this force that when they wore that uniform and they waved that same American flag together, anything was possible when they worked together. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting thing to remind ourselves in this moment. And I started thinking about, can I talk about my memories of my USO tours, being inspired by Bob Hope and all that. And as I was telling that story, I started somehow all these memories of when I was a child started coming back of like what afforded me this opportunity now. Where were the things that had to go right for me to be who I am right now?
Your family and you emigrated, and you weren't a baby. I mean, you were, how old were you?
13.
13 years
Like a
old.
teen-
First of all, it's the awkward stage anyway.
Middle school.
Period.
Plus coming
yes.
into this country, not knowing the language.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you first arrived?
I mean, it was terrifying. Just, this is what I'm about to say are things that we probably take a little bit for granted because we're just flowing through life, But imagine just being so scared to ask where the bathroom is. Being 13 years old and thinking that you figure out who you are, and then you come to a new country and you're like, because you have to, and say, well, who am I now, and who am I going to be? And then learning how to speak English was probably one of the most terrifying experiences. I knew that had to be my first job, was to learn how to speak English before my whole family.
And part of learning how to speak English was acting. You actually got the advice to enter into plays.
Yeah, I had fun. I mean, look, they said, if you start doing theater, which I was doing, I was always acting, singing, and dancing. I was 6 years old, but when I came to the United States, I was like, okay, I got to go back to something I know, and I was performing things I didn't understand. But I was fake. I was creating these little fake conversations on stage that I didn't know, and I didn't have the courage to have outside of the stage.
Yeah.
My first play was hilarious though, because, and I write this in the book, the first play was Beauty and the Beast, and I played the Beast, and I was inside the Beast costume because I didn't know how to speak English. I was just miming the lines, and the teacher would say the lines off stage. And then of course, when the Beast became the prince, you know, it was some other kid playing the kid. But at least I was in the game. I was getting in the game. I was on stage. I was doing my thing.
You know, when your family didn't have much, but you wanted to be an actor. And what I found just incredible about your family is they believed in you even when they didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And usually you would say to your kid, look, you have to do something practical. You can't be following this pipe dream. But that wasn't what they did.
No, you know, I look, reliving those days and reliving those decisions that your parents made as an adult is incredibly humbling. You know, my dad had to, you know, and my mom had to also borrow money from, you know, the neighbor just to have gas money to take me to an audition. And then imagine you get a call back and your dad's like, I gotta borrow money again. You know? But it was like this kind of like bittersweet situation where you're like, okay, well, I guess he's onto something, but at the same time, with the reality of home was different.
And you could take care of them ultimately after
at 18,
that.
Yeah, it was a good investment.
At 18, you got this role, which you were still in high school. I mean, it was only 5 years after you had moved to this country.
Yeah. Even I think it was maybe even
4
because it was 1998.
Okay, so you get this role and you tell your parents.
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, like, I get an audition and, you know, they give you a contract before you get the part, right? Like, this is, you know, in Hollywood, before you get the part, you sign a contract, which is kind of, you know, and that's what you used to do on television. I don't know if it's like that anymore, but you used to look at a contract, it says, wow, you make $15,000 for the first episode and $10,000 per episode after that. And at the time, we were late in rent for 3 months. You know, we were going to the grocery stores, the 99-cent store grocery stores, you know, at the time. And you know, I auditioned and, you know, I asked my dad, imagine if I get this right now. My dad is like, mijo, if you get it, very good. If you don't get it, very good. You know, so I go and I audition my ass off, and then I go home and I get a phone call, and they said, hey, you know, you're gonna have to come back tomorrow. And I go, oh, I got another call back. And they said, yeah, you're gonna have to come back tomorrow. And the day after that, and the day after that, I mean, in the book I write about this memory. In that moment, you cue it like a movie. I looked out the window and the neighbor had the American flag waving.
I have chills.
And that was the moment when I said to myself, that's why. That's what this country can give all of us. And it you know, it changed everything for me. I still get the goosebumps.
So do we.
Because I remember being there and getting that phone call and saying like, oh, now I can take my mom to the regular grocery store, and instead of getting flakes, I can get cornflakes. You know?
What do they think of everything? I mean, I know you still kind of take care of them.
Yes, I take care of my whole family. I will say, I think all the way up to like maybe a couple of years ago, they probably thought that I was still doing a high school play. I was so removed from the whole thing, you know. But when I appeared in one of like their Spanish-speaking shows, you know, that's when they're like, mijo, I think we're doing. But it's very cute and it's very humbling. It's, you know, I'm still, you know, I still go to my mom's house and like pick up your socks, you know. So it's very.
You're such an amazing guy.
And the title, by the way, is beautiful. It's called Wilmer Valderrama. Your memoir is called An American Story. Everyone's invited.
Don't you love that?
That tagline is
Wouldn't that be a beautiful, the hope?
I hope this story, you know, invites everyone to say, hey, we're not only not so different, but we also want the same thing.
Well, and you bring beautiful contributions to this country.
I hope so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We love you. Coming up next, Joe, People Magazine's Beauty Awards. We've got the winners for your skin right after this.
Okay. Why am I crying?
Bottom of your face?
No, there's a top part too.
Okay,
Look,
here
there
you go.
she goes.
There I am.
You look cute.
Scaring my kids, per usual.
Did you feel like your skin was softer
Always.
after?
Dewy. It's nice and hydrating. It's
Summer
great for makeup prep.
Fridays.
This brand people
serum.
love. And this eye serum, it's an overnight one. It has a touch of retinol, but really gentle. Glycerin, ceramides. You wake up, your eye area looks smoother, firmer. Who doesn't want that? We all need a little smoother, firmer.
I like the idea of putting this in a fridge, too.
Oh, yes, keep it cool.
I like things that are cold.
So I don't know if you guys are on the pimple patch bandwagon. I am. I put these on. I love them. This is Hero Cosmetics. It's their smallest one ever. It's 10 millimeters.
Ooh, nice.
I put this on. My husband and kids never said a word.
They don't notice it?
Now, let's be honest. They don't notice a lot.
Totally.
You know, but they didn't notice it, and it's seamless. It really goes. And I wore it to the grocery store. I wore it for coffee. People didn't look
Do you
at me.
put makeup over it or no?
I don't put any makeup over it, but it really helps heal the pimple and no picking.
No picking.
No picking.
God, that's your mom voice there.
I know.
No picking.
Olay, this feels like an old classic.
I know. So this is a great drugstore. One of our staffers said 10 out of 10 finds.
I love it. Oh.
It's creamy, it's indulgent, it's rich. You don't really need body moisturizer after it's
I love that.
And 5 cents, and they're all so good.
Oh, I like that.
It's really, at the end of the day, that's what you need in the shower.
Kind of good for kids, too, just to use. Actually,
guava
use
and
soap.
coconut.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Just to use it.
Just to use some soap.
This is a great scrub by Josie Moran. What people loved about it is it's gritty, but they said it melts into skin. And what these pouches are, they're refillable. So once the jar is empty, you just fill it with the pouch.
I love a scrub.
Me too. Do you
use
use
it for your body or for your face?
Yes, body. And it's 3 cents and then an unscented for people who don't want to scent.
Oh, the scents smell good, though.
But speaking of scent,
Body balm.
Renee Roulet. Okay, the words to describe this that our staffers: indulgent, addictive, delightful. Thick but not greasy, smells like rose, lavender, chamomile.
Yes,
Put it
please.
next to your
This
bed.
smells like your, this smells like your thing.
So good.
Oh my God, I love it.
You have to get this.
I love it
So this is like your bedtime ritual. Put it on.
It's a nighttime thing or morning too?
Listen, you can go
Put it
crazy
wherever.
into morning if you want,
my
but
God.
it's for your
By the way, your arm looks
bedtime.
great, this one, right?
See, look at the difference. Shine,
and it smells delish. It's a little treat before
Oh my gosh, we love this every year for the beauty winners and more. Go today.com/shop and check out the latest issue of People. It's on newsstands right now.
Look at Snoop. All right, we'll be back right after this.
Wait, don't you love this?
That's nice.
Coming up tomorrow on A Gas Tire.
And from the new Transformers movie, Brian Tyree Henry.
Plus a performance by CMA Best New Artist, Mitchell Tenpenny.
That sounds fun. Bye.